Here are some notes for Chapter 7 of your textbook, Health, Safety, and Nutrition in Early Childhood Education. Chapter 7 is about promoting health and wellness. And this chapter focuses more on like long-term wellness and developing the right way than, for example, the next chapter is kind of about the spread of germs and infectious diseases and things like that. So your textbook objectives through this chapter, you should be able to summarize what goes into a child and staff health records, describe the process of daily health checks, explain good dental hygiene practices in the classroom, discuss the importance of sleep, and relate the importance of developmental screening. How do we promote the health of children in early care and learning programs? So hopefully you already could answer these from reading the chapter, maybe not. Keep health records of both children, typo, and staff. Support children's oral health and healthy sleep habits, and identify developmental and health concerns with screening. Staff wellness is very important physically and mentally, because physical and mental health are both crucial for early childhood staff because they directly impact your ability to provide quality care to the children that you've got in your classroom. When staff members are physically healthy, they have the energy and the stamina to engage in active play and to meet the physical needs of the children. But you've also got to be mentally healthy. When staff members like you are mentally healthy, they can create a positive and nurturing environment. You can better manage stress, and you can better respond to the emotional needs of the children. So taking care of your well-being helps you be the best self you can be and to provide the best care possible, and that's physically and mentally, emotionally. This chapter talks a lot about daily health checks and how to conduct them and why they're necessary. And so, I mean, I know I said at the beginning that this this chapter focuses more on long-term wellness than germ control and things like that, like the next one does. But it was still a good place to talk about, making sure children are healthy when they arrive so that there's not the spread of sickness. So there are a lot of videos and reading in this chapter about daily health checks. So make sure you check those out, and you can watch this YouTube video as well. Dental hygiene is an important aspect of our overall health. It's linked to a lot of things people never even think of, including heart health, which is surprising. But that starts at an early age. So in early care settings, it's important too. So encouraging good oral hygiene practices like regular toothbrushing and healthy eating habits helps to promote strong and healthy teeth for these young children. It's important for you as staff to educate children about the importance of dental hygiene and to provide opportunities for them to practice good oral care. So by incorporating dental hygiene into your daily routines in an early care setting, you can contribute to the overall well-being of the children. So I was forgetting what was on the next slide and started to get ahead of myself. We talk more about dental hygiene here. So I want you to think about what, as a teacher, you can do to engage children and promote thinking critically about oral care. How can you integrate oral health into your class activities? And how can you encourage families to practice good dental health at home? Do you brush teeth at your facility? Some facilities do, and they have a thing that they bring out, and everybody washes or brushes their teeth at a table together with their own spit cups, and they've got a spot for their toothbrushes, and it's part of the daily routines. Some centers see that as problematic for various reasons. So I don't know if yours isn't doing it, you think it's a good idea, that might be something you can bring up, but you can promote them thinking about dental hygiene in lots of ways, like by engaging them in interactive and hands-on activities other than that. Like you can provide opportunities just for them to explore dental tools like toothbrushes and floss, and you can talk about the purpose of those and how they're used. You can also encourage You can ask them open-ended questions like, why is it important to brush our teeth? What happens if we don't take care of our teeth? And that prompts them to think critically and express their thoughts, and that fosters deeper understanding of dental hygiene. Another thing that you can do is incorporate storytelling, games, and role playing to make learning about hygiene fun. So, sleep hygiene refers to the practices and routines that promote healthy sleep habits in young children. So, that involves creating a sleep friendly environment, establishing consistent bedtime routines, and ensuring that children get an adequate amount of sleep based on their age, which I think probably a lot don't. It's something that has always stressed me out as a parent myself, that my kids just aren't getting enough sleep. We're just very busy and have livestock, which a lot of times means early mornings and late nights, um, and as a family event, especially since some of the livestock are their projects. And so, I mean, they're preteen and teenager now, and I worry that they're not getting enough sleep, because I do know how important it is, especially in formative years, for their overall health and their long-term health. So, things that you can do to help. Sorry, I lost lost my place in my notes because I digressed. Um, so, sleep friendly environment can include factors such as maintaining a calm and soothing sleep environment, avoiding stimulating activities before bedtime, and promoting relaxation techniques like reading or gentle music. And by prioritizing sleep hygiene in your setting, you can support their overall well-being and their cognitive development, because they do need to be well rested for that cognitive development. So it's so critical for young children, like we just said, because of cognitive development. And it, as I already mentioned as well, it plays a vital role in their overall growth and development, because while they're sleeping, their bodies and brains are recharging, helping them to stay healthy and to thrive. It's while they're sleeping that their brains consolidate new information, their memory strengthens, and they even process emotions while they're sleeping. So getting enough sleep supports their immune system as well. And we know from those daily health checks, we need everybody healthy, promotes healthy physical growth, and it enhances their attention spans and their behavior during the day. And of course, you've all seen this. We know what a tired toddler is like, or a tired preschooler. They can't focus, and it impacts their behavior a lot of times. So making sure that young children get as much sleep as is recommended, and that's in your book for various ages, is just crucial for their well-being and their success in early childhood education. So the challenge here is, what can you do in your class to help a child rest during nap time? So I'm just challenging you to think of one thing that you could do in your setting to help nap time go better, help kids get to sleep easier or stay asleep, or how the routine of your whole day could go, even to make sure that they're getting enough nap time. So developmental monitoring and screening. Early experiences do matter, it says. Developmental monitoring involves observing and assessing a child's growth and progress in various areas of development. Our normal domains: physical, cognitive, social, emotional. It helps you as a caregiver track their milestones and identify any potential delays or concerns, and provide any support that you can offer or look to intervention. This can include informal observations, standardized assessments, and of course, talking to their parents or their caregivers for their input. If we're monitoring development regularly, you can tailor your instruction and support to meet their needs, which is what DAP, of course, is all about. So, developmental milestones are the important markers of a child's progress in various areas of development. In Introduction to Child Development, we went over the milestones quite a bit. So you are familiar with the fact that they exist. They're specific skills or abilities that children typically achieve by a certain age. Of course, we say typically because there are going to be outliers. There are going to be children that take longer to get to a spot. There are going to be children who exceed it. There are going to be children who take longer in almost all areas or exceed almost all areas. Or there might be a child who takes longer in some and is ahead in others. It's just what's typical. And we would never want to judge a child based on these milestones. But they're handy for us because we can understand and track them. And as caregivers, as parents, as educators, we can gain insights into a child's overall development in that way and ensure that they're reaching their full potential. So it's just some patterns to notice and things like that. So that's why they're important. But we, of course, like I said, would never want to judge a child based on them. So Appendix I has developmental milestones charts. So glance at those, and as you look at them, try to answer these questions. Do you feel like you are less knowledgeable about or have less experience with a specific age of children, and which age is that? And what can you do to improve your familiarity with milestones for children at that age? Those are just some things for you to think about. Early detection and intervention for vision issues can prevent further complications and ensure that children receive whatever support and resources they need. Good vision, of course, is crucial for academic success, as we know, because it impacts a child's ability to read and write, and even therefore comprehend information that they, should have been able to read. So vision screening is very important, and I'd like you to be able, after reading the chapter, to list 3 important facts about vision screening in early childhood. So kind of test yourself in that way. Can you do that? Hearing screening. An inability to hear clearly can affect a child's speech, language, their social and emotional development, as well as school readiness. I feel like it's pretty obvious probably why, why it affects each of those. If they're not hearing well, they're going to miss out on social cues. And so they're going to be missing out socially, and eventually that's going to lead to problems emotionally, probably. And then of course, school readiness. If they've had a hard time hearing, they've missed information. Early identification of hearing loss or deafness and early intervention are critical, and family engagement in the whole process is critical. So again, after reading the chapter, see if you can list 2 reasons why that is the case. And we end the chapter with lead screening. Lead's a poison that can severely affect young children in particular. And I want you to see if you can figure out from the reading or from these websites why it's worse for young children. And be able to recognize some of the problems and symptoms caused by lead poisoning. And here are 2 websites you can check out for more information about lead poisoning. So that is chapter 7. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.